I'm live now. So I just have to send the link to Beauty Bubble. All right, I'm sending the link to Beauty Bubble via Discord. If I can get it to her. Can you hear me now? Earth to Beauty. Should I should be there. Okay, you should be able to see me now. You should be able to see me now. Okay. Here. You found me? Hello, I see you. Y- You're on mute? Okay. Hi, Beauty. Can you hear me? I can hear you. T- Oh, wow. So we're basically conversating using webcam. You can actually use Be Live. Uh, all right. As long as we all stay, don't talk over each other. Right. Um. Let's see. What? It's not a natural conversation though. We have to wait for the delay. And right. Oh, that's I see what you're saying. And the cool part about it is you can also include the link that you're talking to, so people will probably play it back at the same time, and naturally the conversation would be on point a little. The conversation can actually be recorded on a machine that's listening in on the conversation and stream it to a separate YouTube so that it looks like it's in sync. So I can literally get a third machine and right, right. Wow, this is an interesting way of using webcam. So what else? What can I show you with webcam? Right, right. Shh. Sure. So the text to speech is called web captioner, and um that's the link. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually using the end version of text to speech. So I'm gonna flash over the. Let me see, where is it? Where is the? I'm gonna flash over the two desktops that I'm using. So this is desktop two that you see, and that's the desktop one. Back. Okay. You could lower the resolution to so it doesn't buffer, but you won't be able to read the text. That's all. Mm-hmm. The, all right. So this is my setup. This what you're seeing now is called OBS. This is OBS. To get the virtual camera within OBS, you have to get the virtual camera plugin. OBS virtual camera plugin. I think it only exists in Windows. It doesn't work with Mac unless you have another third-party tool to use. So I think this is only Windows-based OBS. So once you get OBS virtual camera working, go ahead. Correct. The OBS will act like a virtual camera, and the YouTube will see it like, oh, it's a separate camera in itself. That's how I'm able to use screen share in this YouTube option. And yeah, it's especially good. The text to speech example is especially works when it's very hard of hearing for people who have uh, trouble hearing. So it I use it rarely, because sometimes it'll use wrong words. Yeah, the webcam does use 1080. All you have to do is just adjust it in, let me see here. We just adjust it. Uh, yeah, the see where I can show you to adjust. So within OBS, it can be adjusted in the settings area, and then the video output can be adjusted here. But yeah, it's yeah, it buffers because of my low bandwidth. You probably have better bandwidth than I do, so that's why it buffers for you for me. It buffers because my bandwidth is like 1 megabit up. Uh, sure, I could bring up the cat. It's I could see what happened. Okay, I just and okay. So what uh I'm gonna put a little bit of advert. Sorry. All right. I'm gonna transition to my camera. Using it, yeah, using it this way because it can be used with the green screen, but you're just gonna see a bright green with text. This has the what do you call it? It has the opacity taking out of the green screen. So that's yeah, buffer bad. Like yes, you would go under the save. Oh, you can copy and paste it. Oh, you can. Look at that. you can also save the you can also save the entire file. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. Let me transition it to the final step, which is this. And what this does is we're gonna show you two screens. So the first screen, let me see if I can have one that's two. The green screen to be overlaid. In order for the green to be taken out, uh-huh. Your Mac doesn't allow for Oh, okay. So, so I have two screens. The one on the green is the second screen, and the one with OBS is the first screen. Display and 100 at the bottom, so that way it only shows a maximum of 4 lines instead of all of the entire line. Once you crop it properly, you would then use a filter to chroma key out the green. So I use a chroma key of green and opacity of 75 so that the text can be at least legible when you um when you run this. So a good example of this being used is, let me transition it to the text, is I'm actually going to run a second application. I don't know how well this is going to work. Buffer some more. Let me get to the, oops. So let me just lock the web captioner in. So one way to get this to work is to overlay the text over a secondary application that's hopefully dark enough. And I literally just tell people what I'm doing on the application. So I would say I'm gonna go into the single player mode, run this, load my name, and you basically talk through what you're doing in the app. And this is, of course, used for the Twitch portion of what I'm doing, but that's another story in all itself. So let's go back and review the overlays again. Let me transition back. So there's two screens. One on the right is the second screen in green. One to the left is OBS. And what you do is you crop the screen so that it's only showing a maximum of 4 lines. And then you chroma key out the green and make the opacity at 75. So that way you can get that screen that looks like this. So you start off with two screens and you just crop the scene that you want, and there you go. Any questions? Do I need to go slower or review some things? Okay. Okay. Um, so as far as which platforms to use, either YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook Live, we have to remember where our audience likes to hang out. Twitch primarily is mostly gamers, but Eileen Smith is using the talk show feature of Twitch. So she doesn't have to literally play games on there. She can say, "Hey, this is how I grew my YouTube channel, and it could apply to your Twitch channel." But the thing with Twitch, it's a lot of the users there are out for themselves. and they don't work and network well together. There are a few that I find that actually work together, but it's a very rare instance to find Twitch users that work well together. Over. In the two groups I help moderate, a lot of people when when they try to advertise their Twitch, they just drop links and forget how to naturally network with other Twitch users over. One of the things I was trying to share with the Twitch users is a use of technology called network device interface. And it literally is taking a source from the internet and giving that to someone s- somewhere else so that they can screen share their windows to each other and stream to one channel but have two desktops showing. And I dropped a link there as an example to show you what NDI is capable of over. Restream.io is more of a way to rebroadcast to other locations. The network device interface NDI is more like taking the source of a desktop and sending it over to a remote location. Over. Yes, the ideal of remote producing would come into play where you basically have someone in a home office with all the necessary equipment to produce your lower thirds, your graphics, your music, but all the remote reporters would do is send what's called a NDI signal over. What? I've never heard of DTube. Let me transition to another window. DTube. Trying to locate a different. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some transitioning here. There we go. Just hide this. So we're gonna go look up DTube. I'm not sure what that is. Just gonna use a DTube. It's a. It looks like a YouTube clone over. Is that what it is? Beauty. Hello. Yeah, it looks like a It looks like a YouTube clone. I'm not sure how secure it is or who developed it over. Okay, they're still using the cloud footprint over. Yeah. Oh, sorry. There we go. So media looks is sorry sorry. Media looks is a let me turn off my Publer so that it frees up some bandwidth. So you're gonna lose the NDI window basically. That's probably what's taking up the internet speed. Over. Okay, so this hopefully the buffering improves. Okay. Oh, bring it back. Uh, I actually got this link from a Facebook group. Yeah, my bandwidth is only 1 megabit up, and I think when I'm using the web captioner, it does take over. Um, as far as how much it takes when it's being used, let me open up the task manager. it runs in Chrome. It it only took about maybe two. The, the other one that's open is it's called a Teams. It only takes 1 megabit per second per point one. That point 1 megabit can make a difference to the stream. So I'm gonna close that. So that frees up some bandwidth. So right now the main encoder that's doing the encoding is YouTube camera or YouTube web, and that takes up about around 1 megabit to 2 megabits per second. Um, but because I have so many tabs open that I don't need open so that I could free up some bandwidth. So Web Captioner is one of those um, apps that's being used to take up bandwidth over. The other the other thing I could also lower, I just realized this is because Beauty is just using voice, I could literally get her down to 144 because right now she's not sharing any graphics over. Yes, I brought it down to 140, so hopefully the buffering issue would go. Ho- Hopefully the buffering issue goes away with the lowered bandwidth on me watching you over. Okay. Not sure where else to share. Uh, the other thing. Let me check what other tasks things are doing. Oh, shoot. I'm just gonna close some apps. Um, I may just have to close the window captioner so that it doesn't capture any of the voice to text stuff, just to see if the buffering gets fixed. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna turn off the window captioner. I have to take away the captioner window. Oh, okay. I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh, uh, I'm still buffering. I'm not using. I Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the low bandwidth on my end that's making it buffer over. Web captioner test one two. I'm fine. I'm just waiting here. that beauty bubble is being banned again. The question, why you can, why I can, or oh, I'm buffering. Darn. Ah, YouTube uses a lot of bandwidth because of the streaming portion. It's streaming, that's why it's buffering. Because of its streaming, it's taking up bandwidth on my end. That's why it buffers over. I just either need I just need better bandwidth or just use with the chat or the internet over. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I can do that. Yes, I'll give it a try. Morning, back. I'm gonna Let me turn off the OBS. Oh, you want me to start over? Oh, you want me to start over? All right, Beauty. Be- Beauty, you just wanted me to just. Oh, Lord. Did you just want me to start over, or just do it this way? You see me now? There. Yeah, still using OBS, but is there less buffering? Okay, because what I did was I closed a bunch of windows, and especially Chrome. Chrome, I closed a bunch of Chrome windows. So the only three windows I have open is the web captioner, your YouTube webcam, and my YouTube webcam. So the buffering should be null right now because I had other applications that was taking up bandwidth, which was the voice. The voice was taking up bandwidth. I had a TeamSpeak working. I probably had a Discord working, and I had like two or three windows open looking at Twitch. So I had to literally just say, you know what? I need to close any application that's using bandwidth. That's mostly Chrome. Over. Well, let me show you an example. When I went live, whoops, on my phone for the first time, it was more freeing. I wasn't restricted to having so many tabs open to look at to to conversate with the webcam option, because not a lot of people use the OBS or would know how to use OBS, because I haven't seen anyone use OBS virtual camera. The main goal was to get people to YouTube much easier and stream without the distractions and just be natural. That's what the main goal is. The barrier of entry to stream to YouTube is less. So if people can figure out how to use this effectively, like what we're doing now, then that's that's like a plus for YouTube over. Okay. Okay. No problem. So I'm gonna transition to um the first desktop screen so that you can see what I'm seeing. I have OBS running as a virtual camera. That's the first thing. The three Chrome apps that I'm using that allows me to have text over screen is Web Captioner, the YouTube camera app, and the person I'm talking to, which is Beauty Bubble. So it's only three Chrome tabs that are open that allows me to speak naturally with no buffering. And to make it so that it's just the text in my camera, then I could just transition to the text and camera like so. And of course, it's already laid out how the web captioner is chroma keys out the green so that it looks like it's being overlaid over. Yeah, the reason why there's no buffering is because the other applications isn't going to the internet to download or upload things. I mean, I had Twitter, Facebook, YouTube running, Twitch, so those required internet access. When I close those windows, all requires internet access is me listening to you on YouTube, my YouTube webcam that streams out, and web captioner. So this just simplifies things so that I have less bandwidth issues. Over. Okay, let me find the church banner one. Mm, okay, so wait, wait, wait. All right, I think this might work. So I'm gonna transition to. There just won't be a web captioner on it though. That's the only thing. So it's me on the webcam, and then I have the still image of the church with the scrolling marquee and the like super big lower third at the bottom. So I can actually, wow. I can actually look. Right. No. The webcam I'm currently on is the C920 Logitech. So should be able to get to HD 180p over. Yeah, the thing with webcam is that you have to be really close for the crystal image to be clear. This web camera isn't designed for distance. So that's why when I'm actually inside the physical church of the sanctuary, it uses a different camera. But we haven't invested in a high def camera yet because there's currently they're currently adding a new AC air conditioning and heater unit. So that's incurring a cost to the members of the church currently. So investing in a thousand or $2,000 piece high definition professional grade camera probably isn't within their budget mindset yet because there's a initial um they're literally upgrading the building. So I'm not pushing for, hey, let's get a camera too. So over. I can go YouTube webcam, but I would have to use a laptop to go YouTube webcam because if it were on a desktop, it would be stationary, and I could I could use YouTube webcam to, or just go live via the phone and just do it that way. Over. Uh, I mean, I've never thought of using it this way. This is an interesting way of using webcam, and I'm sure others, or I could share with others a way to say, hey, let's go on webcam and talk to each other and see if we can actually hold a conversation using YouTube webcam. So we'll see. Over. It's still disconnected though because I can hear what you're saying on your end, but the people when the replay is being replayed, they'll get a one-sided conversation. It won't make sense to them over. I see what you're saying. I see. The alternative, of course, is Hangouts, which has a maximum of 10. But there's also the one that kind of replaced Blab is Be Live. They have the ability to go to Foursquare now. Over. The Hangouts actually has more of a democracy role, meaning that you can have 10 people and maybe four people are conversating, but um, uh, it's what's that word I'm looking for? There, there is a host, yes, in Hangouts, but when you're invited into a Google Hangout, it's there's implies that there was already a previous conversation before or relationship before. Over. Yeah, I'm trying to see where to take this. I'm gonna switch back to the voice to text one. Okay. Prayer vigil. Trying to think. Oh, trying to think of ways to make this um more interactive with the followers that I do have or the subscribers I do have. And I, I can't think of any other way to interact with others if they only stay in chat. I can encourage them, look, you can go to your webcam using YouTube and have a conversation. Oh, because a lot of times when we interact with people, whoever is the broadcaster is always interacting with chat. We have to encourage people to go from chat to video and just be themselves. But the thing is that a lot of people are more comfortable just being in chat and being the only watching others instead of trying to be human about it and interact with video over. The voice matters. And the thing about this method of communication is like like I said before, it's one-sided. So people are thinking, is he talking to himself? Is he, or is he just crazy or so? It's it's um I mean, the only way that this conversation would make sense is people understand to click on the link that I think I dropped in the very beginnings of the chat. That all right, this is I see and ye hear you here with Beauty Bubble, but it has to be played simultaneously to understand what the conversation is about. Because again, with this method of communication, it's still one sided, and people either want to hear the one voice, but there's a tendency to hear a conversation between two or more people, and that that's what's going to lack in this method of use of webcam, unless someone is keen enough to say, all right, let's record this on on a separate machine elsewhere that has a higher internet bandwidth so that it can hear all the participants that are broadcasting. Then it just seems odd that this method, using this method of conversating, works. Uh, and when you replay it back, it seems like, is he talking to himself? Yeah, he's talking to himself. Over. Because the other platform that it could stream to, even though webcam is the web encoder through the Chrome, if you have OBS, it could stream to either a separate YouTube account or Twitch or Periscope, and the conversation can be coherent. Because if you can, let me go back to OBS again. If you can tell on this view here, if Beauty starts talking, or better yet, if I start talking, it actually picks up my mic as well. So if Beauty were to speak, go ahead, speak, Beauty, over. Yes. So OBS can be recording locally. I'm not recording locally now. But it can also stream out. So the conversation, even though Beauty is streaming on her YouTube webcam and I'm streaming from my YouTube webcam, there could be a separate, a secondary, or a third stream that actually brings it all together. So the conversation is more coherent. It's not like a one-way conversation. Over. Y- yes. Y- I wanted to pretend to be I was NASA at one point, and people were like, "What is this really NASA?" No, it wasn't really NASA. It's just me pretending that I was in NASA. But yeah. So I I would I wanna I want to experiment with even the platform. It doesn't have to be YouTube, or the OBS can actually stream to Facebook as well. As long as we have a stream key, it could stream to Facebook if we wanted it to. Over. So we're basically saying we're 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 using YouTube. We're using YouTube to stream out, but we're gonna the end road is Facebook. because because that's the hot new thing. Facebook is the hot new thing now. The end of the world is Facebook. Okay. So where do we go from here, Beauty? Are we gonna do another daisy chain and then see if we can take it? Yeah. Okay. What? Uh, that we try to stream the conversation that we're having over YouTube to either Twitch or Facebook, or even have it streamed to Periscope if we wanted to. So, or we can go do all three if my bandwidth allows. Yeah, yeah, we could try Twitch next time, or we tonight. It depends on how you feel. Okay, we'll do a. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna um. It could be a continuation of this one, so we don't have to stop. The reason why I don't want to stop is if I stop it, I have to restart the webcam. The the in real life. Yeah, yeah, the in real life. So what I'm so do is right. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check my output to see where my stream key is going. It's actually going to switchboard. So we're just gonna go to Twitch for this experiment, but because the way my OBS is set up, it's set up so that it can multicast to three locations using Joycaster. So right now I'm just logging into to um to my Joycaster, and then we're just gonna call this Go Tigolo webcam via Twitch with friend or would you, should I name you in here? Would okay, uh, I hear you. Okay, and this is entertainment, and just include the church. I always put the donation thing for the church because all this stuff I'm doing is church related somehow. Um, I only needed to go to Twitch. I don't need it to go to the other channels. So I'm gonna start broadcasting in OBS like so. I'm gonna start streaming in OBS now, and then we're gonna wait until this is very experimental. The reason why I'm kind of nervous is because YouTube and now there's two streams going out, and it's not killing OBS. Right now, it's trying to communicate with Joycaster. It's there, and then I'm gonna make it go live now through Joycaster. Twitch channel should and it should be live on Twitch. You have to listen to the ad first, after the ad, yeah. Yes, there you go. We're this is fun. So with this experiment, Beauty, you can be live on YouTube and then go to another platform and be live and have the coherent conversation actually occur. Um, I'd like to welcome my guest. Would you like to say hello? Over. My low internet issue. I can actually have a conversation with Beauty via YouTube, but have conversation be more coherent live at another platform instead of it staying on YouTube. It can go to Twitch, it can go to Facebook, it can go to Periscope, or any other platform that you want the YouTube webcam parent to come. We did have another person come in because Joycaster did someone came in, but it's not someone that's going to be a live chatter. So, so thank you for listening into this brief little YouTube experiment that can go to Twitch and Beauty, as long as I'm not buffering. Over. Go ahead. Go ahead, Beauty. The bandwidth that YouTube webcam takes, the footprint is very live streaming. Yes, I know it's a bit of delay. It's my bandwidth. Um, I gotta clear my throat. Excuse me. Longer compared to the other platforms, they've had time to fine tune their tools. So you, even though they've had major changes in their policies, there's for me it's a platform if you need to live stream. Over. Listening to Beauty Bubble stream view link, and I just lower her bandwidth low enough so that it's just coming into voice. But if there were graphics on her screen, I could share it too. If like if she's sharing a chart, if she, for example, she could share a chart here. Into her voice, I could see what she's saying. I can interact YouTube, but the final destination doesn't have to stay on YouTube. It can go more with the proper encoder and with enough bandwidth, and your machine can handle it. So just look it over on the performance. And so far, with this method of using webcam plus an OBS encoder, you with 7% of my memory. So you gotta have a beefy machine to attempt to do something like this. Because then anything less, your machine will struggle to do this. Um, over. My brief guest. And shut down the Twitch stream now, which is just ending it in Joycaster first, and then stopping it on OBS. Over. Oh, the fun things we can do this with the technology. Now, oh, you know what people can do with this is it's just an idea off the top of my head. They can have a dance off and say, this is it's your turn to dance off. Yes, it was cool. That was cool. We can, yes, we can actually. Oh, I'm offline. We can actually attempt to do a Paris. Oh, okay. So we can attempt to go Periscope as well. I just have. Yeah, let me find the Periscope address. Let me see here. I think it's Periscope. Okay, let me just find the Periscope. Where Where's the Periscope? All right. So okay. So with Periscope, I have to do it because if people see the key, the Periscope key, then they can actually broadcast to my Periscope channel. So I'm gonna go for so to start the Periscope. What I have to do is I have to change the output in Joycaster so that it goes to Periscope, and to start it, I have to go to let me see. To start the Periscope, I have to go. I have to start it in OBS and pick up that S, and I have to tell it to when and casting. Okay. Okay. So, but I need to hide it in here. Go to producer. Ooh. Okay. I'm give it a title. It's still titled. It's it's still okay. Okay. The title. th- That's the title. Okay. Being. Let me see if the live version. It took out the. I. I. Right. Let me just listen to the. All right. So we are now in Periscope, and you sh- we should be having a conversation on Periscope now. Okay. Echo. Okay. So Beauty can be on Periscope with the proper Joycaster. Here you go. Beauty's on Periscope. My Periscope audience. Over. He's there. Oh, it's gonna do the mirroring effect. So sorry. Oh, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything wrong, Beauty. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I can hear you. I can hear as long as OBS can hear you via YouTube. They can hear you. You're fine. Okay, so I'm gonna transition. You can actually follow this step. Is once you have OBS set up, you can literally go to any platform you want. URL key and the stream key. So, but for me to switch from Twitch to Periscope quickly, I'm using a service called Joycaster, and Joycaster is free as well. And what that what what Joycaster gives me the ability to option is I can go live through three locations, but with experimenting, we're only going live the times so that way we could actually tailor the message for each platform. So Joycaster is another that you take to broadcast to. As you can tell right now, it's broadcasting to my Alfredo Periscope, And the final step Periscope has to be done manually instead of the web producer option, which is automatic. You still have to go within the Periscope producer web app. So you'd go under the Periscope address and then type in producer, and that should give you the option to manually start and stop your broadcast. Hopefully, and I'm just gonna close that out. Uh, I think I made a mistake to flash my stream key quickly there, so hopefully no one will catch that in my Periscope feeds. But there you go. That's how quickly you could go to Periscope. Did you have any questions, Beauty? Over. Yes, Periscope producer give you the address link so that way you know where to go. Don't I think it was already opened up to everyone. So I think this is the correct address link. Periscope TV/account slash. So as long as that's right address. As long as you go there, uh, beauty address in my chat, you can. I think web the Periscope producer is open to everybody now. The people or the ones that asked for it. So over. Yes, there's a go live. It actually tweets it out to your Twitter. People can watch the Periscope within Twitter. Go to your Periscope address to watch. Over. we Periscope so that Beauty knows Periscope properly is I'm gonna transition my screen again to my webcam and video editor. Um, I would need to go to the Periscope producer to physically stop it, to stop the Periscope. So it's not it's the account producer address that you need to go to, and then there's a stop button there, and you literally have to tell it stop, and then it should from Periscope, and then once you stop broadcasting from Periscope, you stop. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Right. Ah. Right. Right. Yes, we did. And you said you wanted you said you wanted to try to go to Facebook now? No, no, no. Not on the church IT support channel. Yes. I think that's the only one that's set up. It's it okay. Let me just put in the wait. Let me show you what I'm doing so that way. All right. So to go to almost this. Okay. Let me beauty church IT support one. Wait. Yeah, that's the only one that's been okay. There you go. Here you go. That's the Facebook link. So I'm I'm up to work. Okay. I'm ready to I'm ready to broad. Uh-oh. Yeah, the reason why it's not live is it's not authorized anymore. I have to refresh the authorization. I have to refresh the authorization. Oh Lord. Yes. Oh, because it. Uh, I had to. Lord, I have to reauthorize my password, so we may not have to go live on Facebook. All right, it's it's about to author. There's, where okay. Oh, she can't. She can't stream. Oh, all right. I'm finally live on Facebook. Okay. So, I'll see if I can tag her. I can tag her. Oh, she sees me. Hi, Eileen. How are you doing? I see Eileen now. Hooray! Oh, yes, yes, Eileen. I do get sleep. Right now, Beauty is listening in on me, and she's being piped in via YouTube Live. But she's also. So yeah, so what we did, Eileen, is we're on YouTube, Eileen. It's not, nothing's different. Yeah, over. Eileen's telling me in text that I look better on Facebook than I'm on YouTube. But there you go, beauty. We can go from YouTube to Facebook. It's fuzzy there. In YouTube, yeah, it's slightly fuzzy because the bandwidth isn't as strong as you like to be. But because we're using the encoder option to Facebook, it's a lot more clear. You? Yes. The Facebook listen. Okay. Okay. Eileen. She says she gets it. We don't need to explain. Oh wait a minute. I'm previewing YouTube. Supposed to be here. The thing with YouTube is I can't see her chat, so that's why I have to have the YouTube. Okay, so her chat. What Eileen is saying, but we went all over the internet. We went from YouTube, Periscope, now to Facebook. So and now we're finally on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Right, beauty. Take a YouTuber and taking this trip with me and having a grand old time about it. And hope you enjoyed the ride. And hopefully, I could take another YouTuber along for the journey to the other platforms. But it just depends to engage this sort of um, hopping through. Oh, she has questions about the auto captions. Well, guess what, Eileen? I do have a video. Okay. Yeah, you literally have to period to give it the end of the sentence exclamation point. Any case, but that's where the web captioner is. I do have a tutorial on it on this page. Wanted to share that with people, and I'm just gonna end this soon. Any final thoughts, Beauty, about the setup? What you could then PM Pacific till noon. They says go live now. So and then let us know your live link, and we can have a Daisy's Chain meetup. But it's gonna take a lot of heavy lifting. But hopefully people will go. What is Alfredo Tube saying? Go guys, go live with me so I can talk to you. So just an idea over. Uh, Bye. So I'm gonna end the broadcast on YouTube. Did in Enjoy Caster and then stop it in OBS. We're back to YouTube. Ooh, that was cool. We went around the different platforms and even got Eileen like, "What you guys doing?" Go ahead, Ross. So let's see. We can start doing Daisy. We can start doing Daisy chain parties after the. So what do we? What do we call the event then? If we wanted to use webcam, mm, okay, right. Daisy cam. Why don't I just what can we just say YouTube webcam party or YouTube webcam house party? What do we event? YouTube webcam event? And then we should I think events are still active in mhm, right. Eileen says movement. Right. That's funny. Web chain. It sounds good. Web chain. So how about the wait? No, no. What about what if we call it the YouTube webcam social summit? YouTube webcam social summit. Held in Detroit. YouTube YouTube live cam summit. YouTube live. Wait. Oh, what's wrong with the webcam summit? Is that a bad? Oh, okay, okay. But you said the webcam. I thought. But you said the webcam was a bad search word. YouTube is timing out Eileen. She just sent me a message through Facebook. Is Eileen listening? Is Eileen listening to you, or is she listening? Yeah. Is Eileen listening to you, or is she listening to me? Well, let me give her. Yeah, she listening to both tabs. Are you listening to be? Okay. She sent me a message saying, "Oh, she says she hears both of us." So she has both tabs open, I think, because we're only on YouTube right now, and I've stopped broadcast. Yeah, I stopped broadcasting on OBS, so we're not broad. Oh, I see. Right, and she can. Yeah, she can join in on the conversation, but I don't know why she's not trying to go live on YouTube without us. trying to trying to coach her to go live as well. She's typing something in. Yeah, Eileen is saying, yeah, Eileen's saying that we are sometimes talking over each other. So listening is to us live, but there are times when we're just talking over each other. So, oh, not sh- I've been on YouTube straight for almost 3 hours. I don't, I'm not 100% sure now what to do with the going live this way, because like I said, it's gonna be a 1 week conversation with myself, and it's like, why did I say that? Mm, mhm. Okay. Right. Hmm. Yes, they also can say that we want more people on YouTube because they're being siphoned away via the shiny new object, which is called Facebook. but but Facebook made it easy to go live with a single like live from desktop button. YouTube had to probably develop this option to go live via a two-click option. They already had the underlying infrastructure with YouTube, the events, the stream now, the stream now with with the encoder option. But because they've decided to make it more easier, they've lowered the barrier entry to stream to YouTube a lot lower. So if people have a webcam, a laptop, internet access, and gone through the steps of verifying their YouTube account, people are gonna often go live more often. Over. No, they're not getting they're not getting rid of Hangouts. Hangouts is their bread and butter. It's being used in the business side. They can't get rid of Hangouts. It's like it's older tech, but they're not gonna all of a sudden shut it down because it's being used business wise. Screen sharing takes a lot of resources too. If they added the screen share option within this YouTube webcam, it's gonna be a heavier footprint because it takes a lot more resources to do screen share. Over. I've got screen share ready. Yeah. Over. I think I I shared it. I've shared it with her in a Facebook post that it took about just the YouTube webcam by itself. It only took about 5 megabytes alone. But because I have multiple windows being open right now, and and it's just and I've been running. So, oh, I'm buffering again. Oh man, I'm buffering. Yeah. So so again, they created this so that the user base gets bigger because I think Google's noticed that they've lost the usage and people are using Facebook more often than YouTube. So they had to make it easier so that YouTube is more viable now using this option. Over. Well, if Twitch actually but because the audience is more geared towards game. Okay. Right. I'm gonna drop out Eileen. Oh, the Periscope it was open. Moritz said hang going away. Wow. Eileen says in the chat that Moritz was the one. Yes. Where did he say that? Well, now I can. I just now I'm trying to think of ways to. Hmm. No, because when I end the stream, I think the it ended. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop this. I am gonna stop I'm gonna stop my stream. Wait. Wait. Bye.